What is going on, lads, and welcome to the most respected squad on FIFA 15. This was highly requested on my most liked players video, the most liked players on Foothead, and there's a couple of these guys that did feature on that video just because they are so highly liked, because they are so highly respected. So there will be a couple of crossovers, but we have got a lot of new different players. So if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure you go back and check out the most liked players, and also make sure you drop a like on this one. Your guys' support at the moment is mind-blowing, so make sure you drop a like and make sure you sub if you are new around here as well. But let's get into this video, and very quickly before we get into it, there's a couple of these players that are very good on FIFA. We're going to have one legend. If you guys want to go and buy them, there's a link down in the description to IG Sky. It is of course FUTmas as well, so if you want to go and get involved in any of the packs and stuff, the cheapest way to do it is with coins from IG Sky, and they are 100% reliable, and the discount code AJ3 will get you 5% off. But let's jump in and put in the first of our players. Up first in goal, we have got Senzo is I think how you pronounce his name. This guy is from South Africa. He plays for Orlando Pirates, and he played for Orlando Pirates because he was actually shot and killed not too long ago. That is why he is so ridiculously thumbed up on Foothead, just as a sign of respect, like rest in peace and all stuff like that is all over his Foothead page. I don't want to dwell too much on all the really sad stuff in this video, so I will just tell you why they are so respected and stuff like that. And basically just as a sign of respect for this guy who was killed, I'm not 100% sure behind the story, but I think he was caught up in like some gang violence or something like that, and he was in the crossfire and he got killed. So that is Senzo Mayowa. Really sad story. It's basically just everyone paying their respects to him. He is so thumbed up and so respected. So let's move on to Eric Abidal, who is a sad story but a slightly more happier one. This guy has had cancer 3 times, which is absolutely terrible, but he has beat cancer 3 times, which is absolutely incredible, and he is still playing football to this day, which is just unbelievable. What an incredible person this guy is. Next up, we have got a guy called Segerstrom from Sweden, who is a more sad story. This guy had cancer and actually died of it. So again, it is the same deal with Mayowa. He was in my most liked video because he's been thumbed up so many times on Foothead as a sign of respect for this guy. Moving over back to left mid and to the slightly more happier stories, because again it is to do with cancer, but this time it is Jonas Gutierrez who managed to beat it, and he is apparently back in training with Newcastle. I think they want to get rid of him and they don't particularly want him as a footballer. He's not good enough for them or something like that. So they are trying to get rid of him, but he's training with them for now and potentially looking for a new club in January. So that is Gutierrez. Again, getting back into football after having cancer is absolutely incredible. If we move over now to a slightly different reason for being respected, we've got Robbie Fowler, who is quite a contentious character anyway, but one of the things that he does for me that makes him really respected is when he was fouled. I think it was against Arsenal. They actually went on to win this game, Liverpool, because of this. He was fouled, or rather he fell over in the box, and the referee gave a penalty, and Fowler was like, no, it's not a penalty, I fell over, don't give the pen. The ref still went through with it and gave the penalty, and then Fowler missed. It didn't look like he meant to miss, but maybe it was something subconscious. He was like, I can't score this penalty, I don't deserve it. They did, the ball was parried out, and the Liverpool player did run in and score anyway, so it didn't make too much difference. But even though he's kind of hated and he's been touted for taking drugs and he's took the piss and pretended to dive in front of Everton fans and all stuff like that, he's basically just a really honest guy, and he just puts himself out there on the pitches. This is who I am, and I kind of respect him for that. And of course, he's not one to cheat. He's, like I said, really honest and stuff. Told the ref when it wasn't a penalty. Unfortunately, the ref did give a penalty anyway, and they went on to score, but that, in my opinion, is not the point. At centre defensive mid, we are going to have a goalkeeper in Petr Cech. This guy is, as you can see on his Foothead card, he doesn't have to actually have his hat on. But in real life, he has to play football with a helmet, as I'm sure all of you guys know, because he fractured his skull and almost died. And again, just to be a goalkeeper anyway, you've got to be an absolute psycho just to throw yourselves at people's feet and get kicked in the face and kicked in the balls and all sorts of stuff like that. But to do it, almost get killed because of it, and then to come back and do it at the same standard and still be a world-class goalkeeper, in my opinion, deserves so much respect. If we then move on to a guy called Hunt, who we're going to pop at left mid, this is a very similar story to Fowler, but it was actually successful this time. He fell over in the box and the referee gave a penalty, and he went over to the ref and said, no, it's not a pen, I fell over, please rescind your decision. And that is what the ref did, and he just gave a free kick to the other team, and they carried on with the game. So what an absolute lad this is. And if there was a fair play stat on FIFA, he would have 99, because that is an absolutely ridiculously gentlemanly, honourable thing to do, whatever you want to call it, sportsman thing to do, and what a top guy for doing that. If we then move over to right midfield, we're again going to have another cam, and this time it is going to be Goethe. Now, this is quite a polarising character again, like Robbie Fowler. All of the Dortmund fans, I'm sure, absolutely hate him, but I cannot help but respect this guy. He scored the winning goal in the World Cup final, as I'm sure all of you guys know. That left boot poked the ball into the back of the net and won Germany the World Cup. Now, if you had done that, imagine how much you would just treasure that boot and treasure that experience and those memories and all stuff like that. And it would be one of the most sentimental things in your life, if not ever, that's just going to happen to you. But he has actually sold that boot. He sold it to charity and he raised £2 million, which is an absolutely mind-blowing amount of money. If it means £2 million to someone else, imagine how much that meant to Goethe. But he did it and he gave that £2 million to charity. And in my opinion, that deserves my utmost respect. If we then move into centre attack and mid, we're going to have someone respected for their footballing brilliance rather than the things that they've done during playing football or outside of football or bad things that have happened to them. And it is Ronaldinho. They're basically the guy who just took the world by storm with his skills. He was Messi's mentor at Barcelona. He's just, I don't need to tell you guys about Ronaldinho. You all know about him. He is an absolutely incredible player and just loved by all. If we then move up to striker, again, for your footballing skills, we're going to have Miroslav Klose, the all-time leading goal scorer in the World Cup. Basically just puts him there just in a league of his own. It's incredible how he's still going at this age. He, of course, got that special card for it on the last FIFA. And Germany's actually said that they want him in their team for the next World Cup. I'm not sure how well that's going to go or whether that'll even happen if he'll still be playing football. But an absolutely hero of a player. How he even managed to play at the last World Cup, never mind score so many goals. He's just won the World Cup. Brilliant player, ridiculous amount of respect deserved to this guy. The highest scoring player ever in the World Cup. That then just leaves one more position, and we're going to put this basically because of current news and everyone's talking about this guy, and he's so respected as a player. Thierry Andre. I did a special video on this guy. Hopefully he's going to get a legend card in the future. And basically, if you speak to any Premier League player and say who was the best player you ever played against, if they played against Thierry Andre, the answer is Thierry Andre. That is how good this guy is. Ronaldo's played in the Premier League. There's some being an absolute ridiculous player in the Premier League, but everyone always says Henry. And he's just a top quality guy. Unless you are Irish, you probably absolutely hate him. But that aside, he is just so cool, such a good player, and in my opinion, just so respectable. What an absolute hero of a footballer. So that is where we're going to leave this video, lads. A little bit of a sad one in some cases, but other people have just done massive achievements and done some incredible things like Goethe has. So if you guys have got any other people that you think I could have put in this video, make sure you comment them down below. Apart from that though, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure you drop a like if you have enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you're new around here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.